Chasing a niche is going to cost you time, it's going to cost you money, and it could send you broke as a financial planner or a financial advisor. Now, I know when you started off your business, you probably spoke to other advisors, financial planners, you probably read a lot of books, you've hopped onto YouTube to look at all the crazy new methods that's out there for marketing. You've probably even listened to podcasts, and you've probably even, hey, spoken to other marketers. And 99% of people out there will say, hey, find a niche, drill down into it. Don't worry, you don't have to commit to the niche for a long time. You don't have to marry it, but just test out different niches until you find your groove. And what ends up happening is a lot of financial planners go down that path and they end up, after a few years, not earning the income that they wanted and also just finding themselves in a really awkward situation. Not sure whether they can continue running the business, but they don't have enough leads, don't have enough income coming in. And then they have that situation of, hey, I may have to, go back working with someone. Now, I want to share with you the exact system that my clients have used, and including myself, over the last 5 years, that we're no longer chasing our ideal clients. It's more about attracting our ideal clients to us, where we can have more time, more money, and hey, more flexibility and more time with our family, more importantly. And it's rather than chasing our ideal clients, we become the niche. And that is a really different way of looking at it. Now, what I mean by that, and today I want to share with you the exact system, the exact method that I've been sharing with my clients over the last 5 years. And it's proven to be super successful with clients implementing the system, focusing on becoming the niche, all of a sudden going from, three, $4,000 a month to $15,000 a month, $50,000 a month. And one of our clients hit $90,000 a month using this exact same system. It's called the Authority Diamond System that I've created, that I've discovered over the last few years. And yes, I tweaked it slightly, but it's all in your benefit. So I've made a couple of notes here. I want to go through it and I want to give you everything you need so you can start becoming the niche. But before I do that, let me tell you the problem that I see with niches. There is three big problems. The first problem is that you probably find a niche out there. When you discover this niche, you go out there, you'll do it all, and you find that there's a whole bunch of other financial planners already in that space. And so what you feel that you need to do is basically shout out loud and be, the loudest person there to get the attention. But it's like getting the attention in a crowded nightclub with blaring music, plenty of people out there trying to get the attention of someone on the other side of the room. The chances are very unlikely. And again, this is what frustrates a lot of financial planners out there. They're putting all the content out there, they're shouting on top of their voices, and nothing seems to be working. The second big problem that I have is that you are at the mercy of that audience. So as that audience changes, and let's face it, there's always change that's happening, whether it's political or it's what other economic factors or whatever's happening in the marketplace, or that particular niche ages over time, you have to always keep changing with them. And that to me just doesn't seem right. The other third thing and the third and biggest problem that I see is that we as marketers have told financial planners to have a specific message. And the message is more about tell the prospects and the audience and the market exactly what they want to hear. To me, that's not marketing, that's manipulation. So if you feel really awkward with creating messages for your audience, this is why. It's because you're trying to cater for that audience. So they're the three big problems that I see. But if you were to implement the Authority Diamond method that I'm about to share with you and become the niche, I always say niche, so if you hear me say that, that's probably more an Australian thing. Um, if you use this approach, you can get three big outcomes. One is I guarantee that if you use this approach, you'll stop chasing, you'll start attracting clients. Second thing is you'll create a message that's more authentic, more real, more natural, and better. And communication, creating content, it seems so much easier. You'll be more in flow rather than trying to struggle on what I need to say for my audience. And the third thing is you'll have clients not just becoming fans, but they're also becoming followers and people that advocate your brand more than anything else. And this is what I've seen, and this is what my clients are telling me of all the people that they've worked with using this exact method. So let me walk you through the Authority Diamond method, and yeah, let's get into it. So I want you to think of this of you like being a diamond in the sky, and that's how I want you to think of this four-step process. So the first step that we need to do is define the problems that we're about to solve. And what I mean by define the problems is really dial in what are the true problems we're actually solving for our clients. You want to identify your superpower. So if there's a problem that you've identified that you know you can do it hands down, kind of in your sleep kind of thing, that is your superpower. So you want to lean into that superpower of identifying the problem. And when you're really specific around that and you know the insides out, then we can move on to step two. Now, just to let you know, you want to drill down that problem as specific as possible. So, for example, I know some of my clients are focused purely on college planning. So that's a specific problem. Then there's others that are focused on more like your 401ks and they kind of lead with that because that's their expertise. And so these things they become known for as the 401k guy kind of stuff, right? So you want to understand the problems around it. Then what you want to do is step number two is create a process. And to me, the process is the most important part of all of this because this is what's going to help you stand out in a very crowded marketplace out there. And what I mean by a process is creating a roadmap, is creating a blueprint, or what I like to call your signature system, your own way of helping your clients solve that problem in key steps. Now, I know a lot of financial planners struggle with this, but once you get the idea of mapping it out, creating your processes, and really stepping people through it, it's going to become so much easier. And it not only becomes easier when you're communicating, it becomes easier when you're in a conversation for the first time with the prospect and you don't feel like you're selling anymore. You're more about serving this audience. Which brings me on to step number three, the person. Now, based on the problem, based on the process, you solve a specific problem to a specific person. So what you want to be doing is find out where are those ideal clients? Where are they hanging out? How do I reach them? And what most people have told you, and again, marketers have told you, is just focus on the demographics and the psychographics of our audience because that's what we need to communicate in order to attract them. I'm sorry, it doesn't work. That's more a chasing mentality. But if you want to attract them, you need to start thinking more with your heart, to think more of how the person would feel. What's the transformation? What's the identity they would experience by working with you? And that to me is more genuine, which makes it so much easier with your communication style, creating content when you lead with your own heart to attract the right people that actually resonate with your message. And let me tell you, that is super key. Now, I'm going to talk about step number four, and this step four is for the people that are really brave out there, that really back their processes, really back themselves, and really believe on actually helping clients get a big result. Now, if you are in this bucket, step number four is all about creating a promise. Now, I'm not saying you need to create a guarantee because we know that, clients will be on your books for 5, 10, 15. And so one of my clients has someone for 25 years on their books, which is kind of awesome. But what I'm asking you to do is while you may outline the long-term goals and what they need to achieve, what you can do is really focus in on the more immediate benefits and results you can help them achieve and really back yourself in helping them get out of that. Maybe it's a mindset, getting them on the right road towards their goals using your process and your map. And that is the part there. When you're brave enough to promise something like that, people will take notice of it because there's not too many financial planners and advisors out there that can actually stand and say, hey, this is going to work for you. I guarantee it. Now, like I said, I know you can't say guarantee, but you understand where I'm coming from. So there's the four key steps that's part of the authority diamond method. So you want to focus firstly on the problem, followed by the process, followed by the person, and followed by the promise. You put all of these things together and start becoming the niche where you're just there to serve the community and you'll start attracting the right type of people. This is why my clients they are doing so well is because they're not chasing in a very crowded space anymore. They are creating a voice for themselves. They're communicating it and they're attracting the right audience into their business. Now, I hope this has resonated for you. This is what I strongly believe in is that niching the old way is no longer the best way forward, where you need to become the niche. And if you think about all the famous people out there entrepreneurs, and even musicians, they've made their name becoming unique in a space, even though it may be crowded, because that's what people are going to remember. They're going to know who, the person and how they made them feel rather than something that's just very generic that's out there. Guys, I hope you found this super helpful. If you want some help with this and how to grow your financial planning or financial advising business, let us know. Just drop me a DM. And don't forget to click on the link below where you'll be able to download a short PDF and a couple of worksheets to help you through this whole process. Good luck, guys, and we'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye for now.